Ooh, what is that? Oh, my gosh. Huh? It's that tetrahedron. And look, there's a square there. And, look at this. You want to know how easy it is to learn how to build when you have something like this? You know, yeah. If you got this sitting on the ground, you turn it up like that. Put a couple holes in the end. You got two teepees together. You could add poles around. You can put coverings over it. So you can expand double your tent size with just two more poles. Actually, you don't need poles. You can just have a string going down here and a string on this side. And, yep. But yeah, I wanted to show you that square. It's kind of interesting because it cuts it right in half. There's your as above, so below. And these halves come together with a square. You'd have that square face on a half if you did cut a solid one in half. Just interesting, just goofing around rather than getting all perturbed about what's in outer space. Or I know what's going on here, as far as the pharmaceuticals, what's going on with the banking, what's going on with our food, what's going on chemtrails. And all this other mystery stuff, solar, that's all. We can do something about the pharmaceuticals. We can do something about the bankings. We can do something about, what are you looking at the sun for? You can go do something. If you had to, you could pray if there's a problem. But all this promises of this, that, and the other thing, I'm all for prepping, because, I don't believe anybody knows what they're prepping for. And it could be that you're prepping for a journey, getting supplies up, go on a journey. Just watched a video of Chaco Canyon, and most of it they were talking about the alignment of the sun and the moon and that, and what the place was there. But at the end they did mention migration. And that was what I wanted to hear all along, because the whole place seemed like a migratory place, and that they came there every year to reset their clocks or whatever, so to speak, for one thing. They were great. There was a great civilization that wasn't great like today's, but the whole pace and everything was different. They worked on things for generations, and you know, changes came slow. They spent a long time just to, you know, mark out where the sun would rise and set and understand that. And definitely there was a pursuit of knowledge going on. You know, it looked to me like regular people doing that stuff. You know, I watch that and I'm like, yeah, cool. I like that. I bet you the people got right off on it. They went from one great experience to another. I think that was one place where a lot of people gathered. And, you know, how often and when, I don't know. They said they blocked it all in and quit the migration. I think that the migration has been stopped. And I think we may need it, because that's why everybody lived together, shared the land. If they did, if we wanted to share the land, we'd have to know each other, know each other's needs and wants and hopes and desires and all that stuff, and try to make everything work out for everybody. And, you know, mostly just comes from being hospitable with each other. And, you know, by migrating and all gathering somewhere, you know, I think you very much learn hospitality, but not in the way like we think of today. You know, oh, got a house here, let me show you my newest piece of art hanging on the wall or something. No. But yeah, I was kind of whenever I'm trying to see stuff on YouTube, it's all like warning, warning, warning. You know, I go look for some interesting historical documents or just something interesting. Look for it. It's out there. There's all kinds of interesting stuff to see. And yeah, I don't know what that heard. Cut her out. There's coyotes nearby earlier, or yesterday. But anyways, yeah, I don't like demonizing people. I don't like... If there's one thing I learned in this world, is that the harder you try to do things correctly, and I mean in the just way, in the way that would most benefit everybody, the more your character is going to get assassinated. You put yourself in a vulnerable position of trust, and either you're trusting somebody or... But people's characters get assassinated. And so when I hear things being said, I went through this with George Bush Jr. Uh, I I had no fondness for the man. Everything I saw from the very beginning, through his campaigning, through the whole election divide, through him, I saw him not wanting to count people's votes. And yeah, I saw him as somebody I didn't want for president. He was president, and then like September 11th happens, and there's no accountability for it. No, I saw the whole thing different, and then the wars were illegal, in my opinion. I saw it that way. Nevertheless, through the whole thing, I did not want to see him be impeached or charged with crimes. Certainly not as while during he's the president. Wouldn't be good for the country. Wasn't that I cared so much about him, but when that happens, that happens to the office, not just the office holder. And there were people that had confidence in the man and all this stuff too, and there was legitimacy and illegitimacy going on at the same time. And and it's the same thing now too. I have no fondness for President Obama. I just have fondness for this country, and that I don't know what to do. I offer my help if I can help. Like the president, do something in this country the way that I'm interested in, what I want. I'm at his service. And we're wanting something to be done without accomplishing anything when we want a president impeached. I don't buy into it. Yeah, I don't. The whole system's been criminal. I've seen teachers be criminal. I've seen, representatives from every position that people hold in this country. Sometimes I wasn't sure. I had a fire chief and I wasn't sure, but there was something that happened that sure seemed criminal to me. It all turned out okay, but I don't think he got what he wanted. Fire was put out, but not on his orders. And it's like, uh, so you got a bad fire chief, so you're gonna destroy the whole fire department. This country, we've got to remember that it is divided and everything, and we don't need to cause greater division in this country. We need to have more understanding, see the validity in each other more, and not the things that we're at odds about. I'm saying, when you see the crimes like the Federal Reserve issuing the money out of nothing when that's supposed to be done through our own government, where it doesn't even need to get paid back. And when they spend money on municipalities, that's an opportunity to put money into this system. You look for that, and you hire people to build roads and dams and all that. And if that money came from nothing, why would that money need to be paid back? Or if there is money being paid in to them, then that's the money that gets spent on the roads and everything. And it goes back to the people anyways. Because nobody wants a great big old rich fat government over top of them. And if they're issuing the money out, you're not going to want to pay it all back, because for one thing, they're our government, and paying it back is paying it back to ourselves. And so if anything is being paid back, it's for reasons that we all agree upon. But these are certainties that we can agree upon. Nobody wants pharmaceuticals that kill people. They have a proven bad record that do injury. Nobody wants a prison industry, unless they're making money off of it or enjoying being sadistic or something. But the people do not want prisons filled with people. Now, if they think that's the way it is, because it's got to be, because there's people that have to be held in prison or else we're not safe, well, it's easy enough to understand that, a lot of people are feel vulnerable and not, they need the protection. But the truth needs to be understood. They wouldn't want innocent people in those prisons. They're trusting governments and nobody wants artificial food that's gonna make you ill, mistreat your body somehow, put weight on. This stuff is being produced. It's being manufactured. It's being delivered to us in packaging and vials. Nobody wants poison and radiation dumped on us from chemtrails. We better make sure that ain't happening. Instead, it's a debate whether or not it's chemtrails or contrails or something like that. I got sick of hearing that almost 2 days after I started looking into the chemtrails. It wasn't even a debate. And But the fact that people aren't hearing about that, it's because they're hearing about a lot of other stuff. Oh, there's going to be an earthquake. Oh, there's going to be a volcano. Oh, there's going to be a meteorite. Oh, there's going to be a comet. Oh, there's another one. Oh, hey, we've had 3 or 4 comets that have been, what? Nothing. And I'm just saying, even if there was a comet, what are you going to do about it? Well, we should all, turn the lights off or something, or... there's real things going on. We're living in a death culture that's going on. And when you see it, then then you can move away from it, do things differently, make changes, have some power in your life, make choices. We don't understand we can't make choices. But if we're just throwing this stuff out there without knowing what to do, I tried to let people know when I was getting a lot of like muscle cramps in my legs, and it was like definitely chemtrail related. Birds weren't singing, and I found that that some garlic and ginger and cayenne and some lemon, I'd put some brown sugar, maple syrup in there, and in hot water, drink that, stir it up, and it would help. It'd help real quick. Sometimes I had a cramp, even loosen up while I'm drinking this stuff. And we can be, sharing how we deal with stuff that we do understand, that we do know about. There's a lot of wasted time going on. There's a lot of great comments on channel, but there's a lot of comments that are a waste of time. And matter of fact, for a long time I wouldn't hardly ever even leave a comment, because I just start looking and it's all this crap. So it's like, well, I don't want to put something decent in there amongst all the bull crap. It's not going to be spotted anyways, because there's so much of the other whatever. But I notice that when there's good comments being made, that then you don't see all that other stuff. They go somewhere else. And but yeah, there's always somebody trying to straighten you up or tell you you're wrong about something, or the easiest thing to say is I don't know. But usually we're taught not to say, oh, always got to have an answer, you know. Religion teaches you doctrine and stuff, so that, well, you know, certain things, well, the church believes, and, you know, Mary was a virgin, and it's like, well, what's the difference if she was, you know, or not? But I mean, this thing, you know, oh, okay, we'll believe that then. And you got to have an answer, and you know, and the answer is like to, you know, when was the War of 1812, and you, rather than what was it, and but yeah, I say a lot of things. I talk about a lot of stuff. Princess, get out of there! I don't know. I'm gonna find out. She's been getting on the stove now and then. But, anyways, you know, I'll watch Alex Jones and stuff, but I look at the information all differently. And when he's saying stuff that's going to happen to us, you know, I'm like, oh, that's what's happening to them. When he's saying warning, warning, you know, I'm like, oh, the warning, that's for them, the control freaks, really. That's how it's going on. He's got to put a show on every day. There is a game going on. There is, it's a mixture of, like, in a way, probably kind of technical genius of, you know, how to use your time for what you want to say. He can't just be totally off the cuff, you know. He knows, and he's got stuff he can't say, and he's, it's like, oh, it's like good for him, but when you hear him talk about stuff, and those choppers, I get a bass right by, but a little bit. Yeah, when you, the bad news is for the bad guys. Get it? The good guys didn't anybody watch television when they grew up? Oh no, it was always the sinister bad guy that was the genius and everything, and you know, yeah, but it was Dudley Do-Right that would save the day. I mean, you know, life works out that way. Okay, death leads to death. Lies and deception, you know, lead to the, when that stuff gets exposed, it ain't no good anymore. See, it's not everlasting kind of stuff. Well, truth is, and people sticking to it. It's all going to be good. We haven't realized the damage that they've been doing to us. And afraid of some damage that's going to come down on us that ain't even going to come down on us. I'm sick of it. And I'm not one of these, positive attitude, new age, I don't believe in, they want some spirit body ascension bullcrap. They just soon get plugged into virtual reality, I guess, and not really even have to have a life and just dream it all. No, not me. I still want to bleed. It's part of being human. I don't want to lose my life, but I want to take it to the edge and everything, and live it. And I don't want to be stupid. But, and so for all the, if you're not happy with the news or what's being presented, the disappointments, the fear, there's a lot of good stuff to look up. I got a lot of stuff probably on my favorite playlist, especially way down it. I should look for some, maybe make another playlist of stuff. There was people that I'd heard about that I didn't really know much about, and then you run into where they're giving seminars and stuff and explaining their stuff. Buckminster Fuller, I really got a charge out of him. I was like, oh, no wonder they liked him so much. And after I had discovered the tetrahedron, then I saw him. He was all excited about the tetrahedron too. He saw it. He was like, he's got hours of programming on just tetrahedron. Buckminster Fuller. Victor Schauberger. Somebody's seeing the nature of water and then trying to understand it. And so there's a lot of stuff, man. Get distracted, if you get fed up with seeing something, you don't have other things to do, and you want to watch and get information. Break away into. I talked about knitting socks. You can search knitting machines and sock knitting machines, and or anything else that you may think you want to do. It's all out there. How to roast your own coffee. What if we could just get our own beans, get some really good coffee beans, and then roast them, make them like you want. We don't know any of those arts, but there's so much information available. Look into hemp plastics. That's what I should be talking about. Here's something that's obvious. This plant is illegal. They're imprisoning people every day. It's been going on, Alex Jones, about this child that was taken out of a home because people had smoked pot. And he's been warning people and say, look, you don't want to get caught smoking pot. If you're a young couple and married, they'll take your kid. Okay? And it's true, but it pissed me off every time I heard him, because it's like, no, you know, goddamn those people that'll take somebody's kid because somebody's smoking pot. That is the issue. Quit putting the responsibility where it's never, there's always going to be young people smoking pot. And there ain't nothing wrong with it. Except for it makes you mad, gives you passion maybe. If you got a problem with that, this world do not yell. Well, I'll tell you, there's some stuff you better yell about. That's why I'm not suitable for public. Because I gotta tell them now that they're being irresponsible. Okay, I can't sit there and smile at some pastor or some police officer or some parent who's just warning their kids, watch out, you stay away from that pot now. Well, that parent should be going after the problem. It's not the kid. It's not the pot culture. It's the laws. They're illegal. They're criminal. They're dangerous. And they're wrong. And I think a parent has every right to tell their kid they can't smoke pot, even if the stuff's legal. But the law ain't got no right to be putting people in jail for it. Now, a little girl gets killed, and you know how many lives have been ruined? The problem isn't that people aren't being careful enough. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm on solid foundation here. I'm not playing a game. I didn't expect to go into this, but, you know, it is the truth. You want to worry about some fucking comet? Or a solar flare? You're wasting your time. You better worry about what's happening in this country. We need that weed to heal up. We need it for our economy. We need it so we can produce. Or you all just giving up? Huh? Because it's been impossible all along. It has been impossible. I can understand why people want to be raptured. Because it's been impossible. But it ain't impossible now. It's essential. We took it to the end. We took it as far as we can go. It's time to grow up. Oh, and I heard, oh, another scary thing. Oh no, the Pope has got some kind of power, and he could nullify any of our laws in this country. Well, good! I hope he nullifies the pot laws! If that's a truth, Mr. Pope! But I ain't gonna be scared of no 2 billion bullets, because they're mine! They're ours! You get it? We get so divided we don't claim our country. I see a helicopter go by, that's mine. You know why? Because I'm an American. And America is whatever I am and whatever you are. And the combination of it all. So if you want to cry and say, oh, them helicopters belong to the bad guys and they're going to get us. Well, good for you, you know. I hope you're entertained by yourself and all that, you know, but I don't think it's going to make a healthy person out of you. You want to be upset about something, be upset about the Federal Reserve. Be upset about the marijuana laws. Oh, the price of gas is so... Look, man, over 30 years ago, that price of gas was supposed to go up to $5 a gallon. Took a hell of a long time for it to get there. The world loves you to complain, because you keep paying the price anyways, and you just got something to complain about. Well, I've said it 100 times. I'm like, well, I'm glad gas ain't no higher. Sure was going to be higher, and it ain't. A lot of things are in how you look at them. If you want to look at something positive, that's positive. You know what's positive? You got 2 billion bullets. How you like that? Ain't no Chinese army gonna come and get us now, are they? 'Cause those are ours. If we need them. People might have, ordered them for different intentions. Don't make any difference what their intentions are. It's the outcome of things that matters. Where's your belief? Where's your energy? Where's your foresight? Where's your hope? Where's your trust? I wonder how that yelling's going to come out, because I was putting it out there. And we can yell. We can yell about some stuff, okay? But we don't have to be wanting to take people's heads off and having that bloodthirsty goddamn hatred. But we need to stand up into the face of stuff. And they taught us not to, because they'll arrest you. A bank shorted me $1,500 one time, a $1,500 deposit. And I had the receipt. But I go into the bank. And I'd use my ATM card or something, and then find out that I'd overdrawn my account. And I'm like, no, there's plenty in the account. And the bank was actually quite a ways away by the time I got to the bank. And I got my receipt. I'm telling they're saying they're shaming me because I've overdrawn my account, and they keep insisting on that and going with that line. And I had to raise my voice, which then I get threatened. Okay? But I didn't let them stop me, and I said, I want a manager out here right now. And, but in the meantime, nobody was listening to me, and I had the receipt. And the matter did get straightened out. And somebody in that bank had tried to, they probably thought, oh, he's a disabled vet. He's probably just a drunk. He won't even know what's in his account or something. But anyway, we got to stand up in the face of this stuff. See the real threats that we do need to deal with, and that not all the That's what I was saying the other day. There's a whole bunch of hobgoblins out there. Boogeymen. Boogie things. And, you know, me personally, the only thing I believe that's common would be Jesus and the saints. Not some aliens from outer space. There'd be humans up there right now in some kind of friggin' craft and all that. And so what? We will know whatever, whenever, whatever happens. There's one of my favorite movies is Sergeant York. It's old, Gregory Peck, and he would win this turkey shoot. He was trying to get some land. He won the turkey shoot by gobbling like a turkey, and then the turkey'd stick its head up and look and get its attention, and then boom, so he was just a hobgoblin for the turkey, and the turkey got its head blown off. And that's kind of like, you're missing the real danger looking for hobgoblins. And what's this, what's that, we got real issues, real problems that haven't been getting dealt with. And as long as they can keep arresting and putting people in jail and prison for the weed, they can get away with all the other crimes. And then go out into other countries and mistreat people and do all that stuff. If we want that stuff fixed, the root of the problem, because they're getting away with all of this crap, they put away marijuana smokers, and it's like a ritual. They gain themselves some power. Now they can do some more evils, some other worse stuff. As long as they can do that, they can do a bunch of other stuff too. As long as the people are going to be ignorant about it. We're only ignorant about it because we don't ask the questions like, well, why is marijuana really illegal? What is the problem with it? What's really so wrong about it? Get some real answers. But no, they're told stuff. People are told like fat's bad. Oh, you don't want fat, here, use some canola or palm oil or something instead. Hydrogenated bullshit. Well, it says light on it. Oh, sugar's bad. So use some high fructose instead. Oh, salt's bad, so use some monosodium glutamate. Fat's good for you, sugar's good for you, salt's good for you, and they got bad fats and bad sugars and bad salts that they're replacing the good ones because people are trying to do the right thing, and they turn it back on what God gave them is more natural and go after this man-made bullshit. It's ruining our lives. It isn't people's fault, but we're not asking, we're not waking up. And when we do, it's hard to explain it to other people Things are so addictive and habit forming. We have so much habit in our lives. And man, I better cut it out. Nobody's going to want to watch this all long like this. I don't know. I'll have to check it out, see if I should even post it. I didn't expect to get so authoritative, but I guess I was. Peace.